People that think that you owe them something and have never done nothing for you. I was thinking about that the night when I was meditating, and it's crazy how when you try to take a stand for yourself and you try to take a stand for what you want and what your goals are, people to start trying to distance themselves from you and try to act like you a straight goofy because you put yourself first. That's the number one mode in life. Always put yourself first, because if you don't put yourself first, nobody's going to put you before you. Always bet on you. Always believe in what you got going on. That doesn't have to just go for content creation. That could go for starting a new job. That could go for starting a business. That could go for starting a family. That could be working on trying to, get out of credit card debt, trying to learn a new trade, going back to school. Your life is your life to live. Your life is what you make it. Your life is what you dictated to be. No matter where you started, even if you're working at McDonald's or wherever you at, even if you don't have a job, your life is going to go on a trajectory that you put it through. You ain't got no jobs coming through. Make your own job. Make your own career. Focus on your own grind. Keep applying, but don't never stop working on what you got going on. If I spend an hour working on trying to find a job, filling out applications, I'm going to spend an hour maybe reading a book, maybe trying to focus on a new goal. That's what life is about. Life is about progression. Life is about doing the things that is hard to do, but is going to be worth it for us. That's what I was telling one of my subscribers. Yeah, life is sometimes hard. We sometimes have to go through the hard days. Sometimes we might lose a house. Sometimes we might lose a car. Sometimes we might lose a relationship. We might lose a house. We might lose our job. We might got to start over. We might got to go stay in our car. And it's embarrassing and it might be humbling to us, but that's what we got to go through. That doesn't mean that we're going to have to stay there. That doesn't mean that things is never going to get better. That's just where we at right now. So I do understand, like, life is hard. Dealing with just life in America is hard. Everything going up, inflation through the roof, the jobs not paying no more. Like, inflation going high and high, and our job salary going lower and lower. And if we speak out about it or question it, we label it as insane, we label it as stupid, we label it as ignorant, we label it as just not knowing anything. But we have vision, we have focus, we can see things sometimes when it's messed up. And when we bet on ourselves and we not going to just go along to get along, we public enemy number one. We public enemy at the job. We public enemy in our household. We public enemy trying to raise our kids. We public enemies when we don't just, conform. I'm never going to conform. I'm never going to stop trying to be what I want to be. I'm never going to let nobody dictate to me what my life is going to be. That's the greatest lesson I learned from losing my job. Nobody has the right to try to dictate to you your life. Because when you dead and gone, the only thing that's going to be said is what you did to try to better your life. People going to cry for a day or two and they're going to forget about you. That's the way life is. But what's going to stand tall is what you put into the world. That's what I be worried about. I don't care what people be talking about me and what I got going on, man. Damn, he don't really show his face too much. Damn, he ain't this or that. And people will just come up with whatever they want to come up with. Like I tell people, don't nobody know me doing social media. I put up my message out, and who take from it, take from it. The right people gonna take from it because that's who gonna need to hear it. I don't worry about the goofies. Goofies gonna always be a part of life. People gonna always try to discredit you. People gonna always try to embarrass you or try to belittle you because they want to belittle themselves. They put out what they are. I put out good energy because I have good energy. People gonna try to take from people because they don't have anything else to put into the world. That's what I was telling one of my co-workers from my last job. Just because they did this to me, don't think you cannot be next. Like, that's just life. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm moving forward my life. But don't try to see me somewhere and try to fake kick it with me. I no longer work here. I don't want to hear about the job. I don't care about nobody that's there. My life is moving forward. I'm moving forward with what I want to have going on. And I just want to leave y'all with that though. So when you're dealing with this, the shortcomings of life and the struggles and the hardships, don't never give up. It's cold outside right now. What about all these people staying in their cars, having to try to, stay warm during this environment? Where I'm at right now, it's 6 degrees. You could die at 6 degrees. But guess what? The world keeps spinning. That's why I want to get to the top. That's why I want to become financially free. I don't want to ever have to be in a position where I have to rely on somebody else or a corporation or anything to make sure I can live how I want to live. That's not fair. That's not a good way to live. It's not a good way to live foot to mouth. Try to rob Peter to pay Paul, never had nothing, always struggling, always behind the 8 ball, always trying to, max your credit card out this week, try to take out a payday loan next week, and it's the same process week to week. Nah, I'm all for that. I'm focused on trying to become who I want to be. So for anybody that's out there trying to chase their dream and they don't have no support, believe in you. Put forth the energy to you, because when you win, you're going to be there for you in your corner. And guess what? All the people that doubted you going to be trying to have you help them. And like I tell people, just because I'm down today don't mean I ain't going to be up tomorrow, man. So don't never kick a horse when he down. Don't kick nobody when they down. Because, man, life changes. I'll be up today, down tomorrow. The person that was talking about you today be down tomorrow. That's life. Life go through cycles, man. But as always, though, y'all tap in. Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Lost Ridders 35. I'm going to get back with y'all.